so you have a video of it that you can watch, okay?
Okay, thank you.
What's your favorite color?
Red, but it might blend, no?
Not really. The worst
Okay.
colors are like green and like black and gray. Red is fine.
Okay.
Which game is it that we're gonna be watching?
If that's the link, it should be if you pull up the OP, it should be a game with a stylus top. Yeah, the first one, the 8731. I wanted to watch another one, but this is the best one with my view, and I think it's bad.
Yeah. So there's a couple things already like through items and runes that I want to discuss. So one, I think Dark Harvest is shit because couple reasons. I think Kha'Zix struggles to get fed, but he doesn't struggle when he is fed. So what I mean by that is like Electrocute is much better because it helps you with getting fed, right? Like,
Okay.
obviously once Dark Harvest is stacked, then it is good, right?
Yeah, I want to. If I ever say something, don't think it's like me questioning knowledge. I just want to say
it's fine.
or
I want to know your thought process as well. So
I started using this build really recently. If you scroll back, I never really was a Harvest guy. I always took Electrocute or Conquer. Granted, I found this channel on the CN Super server, and I was like, I really wanted to test the build out because I've never been a fan of Duskblade. I've always liked Eclipse the most, I think. But ever since I found the best Kha'Zix in the Super server, like a jungler that plays Kha'Zix, that was like, I gave the build a try, and I've just stuck with it since.
yeah,
Since I really haven't had a model to watch for Kha'Zix at the moment.
I think it's important, especially as a one trick, to test the waters and see like what's up, you know, and try different things. Like that's completely fine, and that's normal. That's how new builds get invented. But the thing is that the way I see Dark Harvest is I think it's fine on Lilia because I think Lilia is not a champion that needs to snowball, and I think that she has really easy ways to stack Dark Harvest. She can just randomly land an E on people, right? The little bowling ball. And she can poke people and proc it on multiple people. Kha'Zix,
Same with Karthus.
Yeah. Kha'Zix with his Evolved W can do it, but in a lot of games you don't even have Evolved W right now, no?
He goes W second every game.
Yeah, so like that makes sense, because if you're not even doing that, then it's completely useless to go Dark Harvest. So
I've still been trying to debunk his build, because, you know, at least from what I see, people in Korea and China are always willing to go really weird stuff, like Kempong Chainsword second into some match. Like he went it into Olaf. I've still been trying to debunk that in my head.
Yeah. I mean, I think his idea with this is Duskblade gives a lot of CDR, and Dark Harvest is good for poke, so he goes W Evolve to just sit back and kind of poke with W, I'd assume, is his mindset for this.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, and I even watched him play, and he's so annoying to kill. The way he played, he's just so annoying to catch because he goes the W second, and then he'll just play around it really, really well, really well.
Yeah, and I think at least if you're doing that, then the build makes sense, but I still don't think it is good because I think you're way less likely to snowball early, which Kha'Zix wants. Like Kha'Zix wants to kill people. I think your burst is a lot lower. Personally, I think Eclipse is good if you're going Conqueror route. It's basically your new Gore Drinker. But your main item, in my opinion, should be Prowler's Claw.
That's what I used to do. I used to do Q evolve into R evolve with Prowlers because at least the R evolve and the Prowlers has really, really nice synergy.
Yeah.
If you scroll back, you might see it. Because the thing is, I have a couple of IDs. This just happens to be the one I play on nowadays. My main ID, I think I sent it to you. But the thing is, I took really big breaks from League. I went to Smash for a year, and then I came back. And ever since, I just cannot get back to D2, which is what I used to be.
Yeah. I mean, is it this account or?
Yeah, but then I haven't played much this season either. So
yeah. But yeah, I just think Prowler's Electrocute is better because it is easier to snowball that way early game, and it just fits the identity of Kha'Zix. Like, the way I see Kha'Zix is I think it's a champion that should be respected by everyone. And to be respected, you need to deal damage. And if you fight somebody, that person needs to die. You know?
Yeah.
I think obviously he has good poke with his W and stuff. It's just that for your W poke to start to matter, I think the fight has to last super long. And I don't think you also, like, I don't see why you would want that as Kha'Zix, you know? Like, the amount of damage you do with Prowler's first item, like, obviously, at 4 items, you're one-shotting regardless what you're buying. But at your first 2 items, with Prowlers, you do so much more damage than Duskblade.
Not to mention the chase potential and
Yes.
a couple other things it brings, because Prowlers gives lethality as a stat over CDR, which you don't necessarily need CDR in my opinion.
Yeah, you only need CDR because of the W thing.
Yeah, I think it's nice. I've just been going it pretty much because I just really didn't have much to watch. I did see some people go Prowlers. I used to go Prowlers, but I just been kind of lost trying to figure out what I wanted to do. But I completely get what you're saying. Do you think sorcery secondary, or do you think?
Yes, I think Electrocute is the best, Sudden Impact is the best, Eyeball is the best. Kha'Zix is sadly one of the few champs that actually still has to go Ravenous Hunter, even though it's such a bad rune now, like it's so nerfed. Ideally, you would want to go Relentless Hunter on junglers. But yeah, I guess you still have to go Ravenous. Feels a bit bad, but yeah. So
especially with the clear hurts a little bit more.
Yeah. So you have 2 options. You have Sorcery or you have Inspiration. The only good thing about Precision is the Tenacity, but I think that if you get CC'd on Kha'Zix, you are CC'd and dead, most likely. But I do think that here versus Fiddlesticks, Shen, Rakan, Aphelios, Syndra, you could go Precision second for Tenacity and Triumph, and I don't think it's going to be too bad. I think this game in particular, the Tenacity has a lot of value.
Yeah, but I also see like Edge of Night being Edge of Night is probably one of my favorite items. Just being able to jump into abilities like Shen E and stuff, and Gragas specifically.
Yeah, I think it's super good item for Kha'Zix. Also lets you cheese more in bushes and stuff. Like, people can't just one-shot you in a bush. You have more time to react. The runes that you are going in Sorcery are the best for sure. Absolute Focus is super good on Kha'Zix. You're always full HP on this champion when you sneak up to people and stuff. Then the question is, do you want Nimbus Cloak or do you want Gathering Storm? I think Gathering Storm is a bit of a shit rune, but I also think that Nimbus Cloak was better on Kha'Zix when it worked on ultis compared to summoners.
Completely agree.
So I think this is fine. I think junglers like Evelynn likes Inspiration more because Flash is super good on her, so Cosmic Insight is good. Kha'Zix doesn't really use Flash that well. So, yeah. I don't think it's...
Yeah, I've been considering... So I have a friend that's NA Challenger, and he... I've never personally been a fan of it, but that's because I've always... Like, my brain is wired to having Flash on F for outplays, Flash into a bush, or whatever happens. But I have a friend that goes Ignite, depending on to the enemy comp. So if it's a bunch of melees, he'll usually go Ignite. Which I haven't tried yet, but...
I mean, I can see it work. It is for sure really greedy. And it also lets you get kited if you jump on somebody and he flashes away, you can't flash after. But I still think you should be going Flash. It's just, it's not that necessary to have it up all the time. Because that's why I think Inspiration is not that good on him. So I think your Rune's Hair is good. The only thing is you could go Nimbus Cloak. For like blue.
Do you think I should go back to... You think I should go back to Electrocute Conquer based on team, or?
Yeah. I don't think so.
You vouch Conquer?
Yeah, I think Conquer is good if fights are going to last long because enemy team is really tanky, and if you need a Tenacity. So I don't think that them having melees is enough to make Conquer be valuable.
Oh, okay.
Like, if I see this, I can one-shot Echo, I don't care if it's melee. I can one-shot Vega, I don't care if it's melee. I can one-shot Samir, I can one-shot Brand. The only one I might not be able to one-shot here is Cho'Gath. My team is full squishy. So I don't think Conquer will have value this game. Enemy team will one-shot us, or we will one-shot them.
Okay.
So I think when they have something like Ornn, Sejuani, Galio, Braum, then I think Conquer is super OP.
Would you go electric? Would you go in that game with the Echo? You'd go like Electrocute Tenacity maybe for the Cho'Gath Silence, or would you just go plain out Sorcery and then Mercs if you probably
Sorcery.
Mercs? Oh.
Yeah, Sorcery and Merc Threads.
Okay.
I don't think you need Tenacity that much. Like, I think Tenacity is better on champions like Tryndamere and stuff.
What are your thoughts on Cleaver at the moment?
On what? Cleaver?
Oh, Cleaver.
I haven't looked much into it. I've done it a little bit on Zed. I haven't tried it on Rengar or Kha'Zix. So I'm not too sure how I feel about the item. But obviously, like, versus tanks, it should be fine, no?
Yeah, I find it sometimes it fits the spot of... Because the thing is, Youmuu's is, like, too expensive, and the things to get... Like, the movement speed is nice. And there are games where you don't need Edge of Night, and even though Serpent's Fang is cheap, sometimes you're snowballing and you don't necessarily need it. So I find Cleaver, like, filling that spot very, very well. When you don't want, like, it's, like, weird to explain. It's like when you don't really... When a Lethality really doesn't fit in there, because you don't really need the utility. So it's, like, either Youmuu's or Cleaver for playing out damage. That's usually the times I go Cleaver. Or if it's like 5 on kill, which...
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of similar logic to Conquer, I think. That item.
Okay. This game was really weird. I was so lost this game, I'm gonna be honest.
What do you feel is like your biggest issues as a player?
Honestly, mentality. I find it hard sometimes to stay consistent.
Because of what?
It's hard to explain. I won't necessarily let my last game affect the game I'm playing at the moment, but it'll definitely lower, like, my patience. So, like, I'll start the game in fresh, and I'll be like fresh. But as things go wrong, it'll definitely, I'll start to get tilted easier. Like, I won't get tilted, but I'll get tilted easier.
Yeah, but is that like things that you did wrong or your teammates?
It's a mix. Sometimes just seeing everyone get solo killed makes me, like, let's say I'm pathing top, and then the whole plan was to be there when enemy jungler was there, but top dies solo, 3 waves crashing. It's like, sometimes it just throws off my entire plan, and then it's weird to find the way back in, I guess. I have struggled with, like, really Fiesta games. Like, if the game isn't, what would I say? How would I say this? I don't really know how to explain it. If it throws off my game plan, it's really hard for me to get back into the game, like, mentally.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable, but you can't control it, right?
Yeah, I think out of stuff that I can control, my biggest weakness would probably be losing patience, I think, in fights and stuff.
Yeah, like, the thing is, like, I think it's understandable to get mad, especially as a jungler. Like, let's say you're starting bot side, like you said, and you're puffing up the top, and then as soon as you're starting to run there, your top laner dies. That is one of the worst feelings. It feels horrible.
Yeah.
But you can't prevent him from dying. So there's also no point to put your energy into getting mad at something you cannot control. And that's obviously easier said than done, but then you just have to cope with it. Your game isn't completely over because of it. It's just a little bit harder. But the main things I think you should get angry over is like your own misplays and stuff. And then you gotta use that anger into wanting to get better. Right?
Oh, I always get mad when I misplay because I expect more from myself. Like, especially when I... is this the game? No. There was another game where I predicted a Graves to... So he had Smite Exhaust, it is in this one. And I expected him to split the map. Like, I truly expected him to split the map, but then I didn't ward myself on the other side, expecting the split. So then it was a 50-50. Did he split the map, or did he go to his pool and I'm about to meet him there?
Yeah.
And he didn't split the map, and I ended up losing 10 seconds. I didn't lose anything off of it. Like, honestly, I got away with, like, the best possible scenario. But it definitely... I definitely got mad at the fact that I just didn't ward, and it just ended up making it like a 50-50 guess.
Yeah, because if he did, it would be disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got the best part. I got my blue side, and I managed to get a crab after walking to his blue after 3 camp red side.
So looking at this game then, the champions, the summoner spells, everything your champions, what do you think should be the plan here in early game?
So I get really confused into the scenarios because I have good setup from the Maokai bot lane, even though they're ranged. So long as Maokai flashes, I could go for a gank, and we should technically kill. I think personally, I think me and Maokai have the
Janna
damage.
Janna has no exhaust or barrier either, so they're really squishy. I think so.
Yeah,
too. They should die.
But then top has ignite, and the thing I don't know is top has ignite for the 2v2, but I personally feel like Sylas is really strong in 2v2s. Granted, Garen does have ignite, but I plan to go topside and just look for the 2v2, and then if a fight breaks up at Crab, I have mid prio, so my plan was to play for topside.
Well, what I think about this is if my Sylas has ignite too, then yes, but he has TP, so I think he should come into this game with the mindset that enemy top lane is fucking useless as long as he doesn't int. And if Sylas TP is back, then top lane should be fine. And if we fight top, I think it's disaster, because I think that Graves is way too tanky early, and I think Garen as well, and they have ignite advantage. I think Maokai will flash W, and there's no way he can fuck that up. Mid will have prio, yes, that is true, and that is good that you're aware of. But I think in bot lane, the issue about going bot side is you don't have push in bot, but I think enemy bot lane can't push too crazy because Maokai can always all in with flash.
Yeah, I'm always hesitant to gank bot lane just because of like the isolation mechanic. Yes. Like it's obviously easier to gank soul lanes, so I find it hard locating when to gank bot. Like if I have a Nautilus until like this matchup, then I'd definitely be there. But since I'm expecting my Maokai to flash, then sometimes I get a little bit hesitant.
Yeah, but if you can't flash point and click, I think we open. Right? Like, it's like he has to be so boosted for this to not work.
That's why I have a problem sometimes holding players to like a high standard and then like.
But do you think that's a high standard?
No, but that's why I was like,
you're willing to gank top lane when they have ignite advantage. He is way tankier than Sylas. Graves is tankier than you because of his passive. Graves clears faster than you. And you say you're willing to gank this.
Yeah.
And you say you don't want to gank this because it's like holding them to a standard. But I think you're holding Sylas into a way bigger standard by puffing to him.
I see.
I think you guys have to play this 2v2 perfectly, and these guys have to misplay a lot to lose this. Keep in mind, this guy also has Ignite versus Sylas, which means you can just deny the entire Sylas heal. Like, I don't think you guys win this. So I just want to puff down to bot lane and flash on them, and then gank like that.
Okay.
I want to avoid fighting their strongest member.
Ignite tops always throw me off, because it like... I feel like if he didn't have Ignite, I think we would win the 2v2, or am I wrong?
It would be a lot closer, yeah.
Okay, you still think they'd have the advantage?
I mean, it depends how it plays out. Like, since Graves clears faster, I think he should be there before you. And because he should be there before you, you don't get the first jump. If Graves face checks you and you get the first jump and the first chunk, then I think, yeah, there's a world where you win.
Okay.
I just think it just depends on so many things, whereas this one, Janna just gets flashed on, you one-shot with Jinx traps, and she's dead.
Okay. It's also easier to die because you have Maokai.
Yeah. And I think that Jinx will also play a huge part in this game, I think. Like, she has very, very easy champs to kill here. There's only like one threat to her, which is like Vladimir. So.
I also have troubles with that. I normally just see myself as the win condition, otherwise I dodge.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. You should. It's just like a bonus.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's not like you have a Senna here versus 5 tanks or Jean versus 5 tanks.
Yeah.
Like, they're not gonna carry. But this Jinx will one-shot everyone, I think. If she gets ahead. But that's obviously not what your main focus should be. But I think you will benefit a lot from puffing bots.
So I can tell you that already. I don't know if you watch a little bit of the bot or
No,
anything.
I haven't watched anything. You shouldn't play with name tags. It's just useless.
Yeah. I don't really pay too much attention to them. I have it set up on different ways on different accounts across. I think I set them up because I was playing One for All, and it was like hard to.
Yeah. It's a little bit laggy.
I had FPS rounds. That's usually why I don't stream. I didn't have them before, but I think I need to get a new PC.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know why it lags.
It doesn't really matter.
It'll get better over as the game goes. It's just that here I remember it freezing.
I also think Red Smite is not that valuable on Kha'Zix.
I actually love Blue Smite. This is just like the build that he was going. Yeah. I normally only go Red Smite if I'm going Conquer for the duel.
I just don't see why you would go Red Smite on like squishy Kha'Zix. Like you should just go Blue Smite and chase people.
Yeah, especially into Graves. But I've just been trying this build since.
I think everything you're doing so far is fine. Like we are aware right now that Garen hasn't warded, and that they're trading. You also decide to skip a camp, which is good because you cannot gank this if you wanted to do Krugs. So I think that's fine. The question is just, do we want to smite? Because if Graves is going to be on the top crab, then you can't smite this. So let's just go back and see where Graves started. Let's see if we can find out, because if he's pathing up the top, you cannot smite red. Okay?
Yeah, for the crab 1v1?
Yeah.
I usually don't, but I felt like I needed to get top soon.
Yeah, but it's just... If the gank works because of 2 seconds difference, then... Yeah, it's just...
Yeah. Not to mention you should probably be there already.
Yeah, so he started red. See? So it's disaster that you smited. So just keep smite here. Like, look, you would easily kill this red without smiting. So... Like, I think you should smite this. If Sylas is getting all in over here running to you,
okay,
then yes. But that's not what was happening. So he should be dead. He also has no flash now. We see Graves, so you should just recall after killing him. Here you should recall. Here you're just trolling.
Because I isn't gonna make it to the crab.
Yeah, but it's troll to do that. So like, you want to get to your Gromp at this time. Okay?
Yeah, because it spawns at 4:05.
Yeah. This is like the perfect time. It doesn't spawn at 4:05, it spawns at like 4. Like exact, because you got bot lane leash. But yeah.
Oh.
You want to get there. So my issue with this is you're not going to get top crab, because that shit's fucking gone. And if you go Krugs, you are late on your Gromp. You see that? You are going to be like an entire minute late. See, your pathing now is like completely Walmart. So this is good at least. What you end up doing here. Like this is good punish.
I was supposed to do that sooner. Yes. So Graves had 24 CS, and I don't know why my brain zoned out and didn't register that he took crab. I should have known that Gromp was up.
Yeah. It's just that you should never go Krugs here. Like here, you skip Krugs for a reason. You don't want Krugs to be a camp for you. If you want a crab or a gank, you cannot do Krugs.
Okay.
So you only do Krugs here if your top laner now died and you can't gank top, and you realize that Graves is going to take this. But even then, I wouldn't take Krugs, I would just run to this crab then.
Is Krugs not a priority anymore?
I mean, you're playing Kha'Zix. Your clear is so shit compared to other junglers. There's a reason why Udyr and Hecarim are fucking meta. They full clear at the same time you cleared 5 camps.
Yeah.
So the issue is that, yeah, I mean, sure, you can take Krugs, but if I take Krugs here, I 1, lose the chance of ganking top, 2, I get double scuttled. So I don't think that taking Krugs is worth that. When I can take a scuttle and also get a base, or gank and base.
So most of my games I'm probably gonna end up giving scuttle because not scuttle, giving up Krugs because let's say I win the crab fight or I get the crab, then it's just like not worth to do Krugs, just get to Gromp.
Yes.
And then that would lead to skipping Krugs most of the game unless there's like absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah, exactly. If I have completely nothing to do, then I just do Krugs.
Okay.
They take so long as well. So That's why here I think right now you should just recall if Graves did normal human puffing. But since he didn't, then we can't push this in time because it already like refused to crash. So taking 1 is fine, but we can't stay for next wave. It will be too troll. So Salas has to TP here. Now we should just run to this and just take that, recall, go here.
Yeah, I don't know why it's. I think I typed it too. I typed it because I didn't want to forget the reasoning because I play with chat disabled. But like I type stuff. Sometimes I'll mute it to type my bad if like I int something. But I think I typed it just so I wouldn't forget that I literally just I don't know why I didn't see. I saw 24, and I saw him finish scuttle, and my brain just registered. Oh, he full cleared. It's nothing in there.
Yeah. But then we should recall because, like I said, either we go his Gromp, and then we are late on our Gromp because we counter jungled him, which is a fair trade. But if we're not gonna do that, because like let's say this here is actually gone now somehow, right? Like let's say he did 28 CS, then we should just recall and get item, and we would be here.
Okay.
And this would be such a huge lead you have over him, because look, imagine now, you kill this guy. Recall. So at 3:30, we would be in base.
Okay.
We would be at Gromp exactly on spawn, and Graves is actually fucked because he's doing his second clear without having a base off.
Does it take 30 seconds to walk from Fountain to Gromp?
It would take like 25 because of your E and stuff.
Okay.
But you would be there right on the spawn, and it would be so perfect.
I need to start skipping Krugs more then.
You'd be on your map with fucking Ionian boots, which would help you clear so fast, no? Like having 20% CDR on your W and Q. That has to be faster than double longsword.
I actually rarely go Ionian. I normally back with 1100 or 1400, and
I mean, yeah, if you have Dirk, you should get Dirk.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you have choice between 2 longswords and Ionian, I think Ionian is better.
Even if would you go Ioni? Let's say this game, for example. I don't really need extra tabbies, do I?
Yeah, you don't.
Okay.
Maybe Tabis versus Kaisa Graves is not that bad. Like, point is just that your second clear will be better, and if you meet somebody, you'll kill them because you have item. What you buy doesn't matter as much. Double longsword is obviously not bad on Kha'Zix, right? You're an AD champion.
Mm-hmm.
But I would imagine that 20 ability haste and movement speed would help you more with the clear than 2 longswords. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just never thought about it that way. Like, I always didn't think Ionian for the clear. I always thought Ionian for the snowball.
Like here, look now, your Grump is gonna spawn. 3:58 it spawned. You'd be there right on spawn. The game would be so fucking perfect right now for you. Graves is like running around now, trolling. He has never based. And he's gonna do second clear without basing. You're gonna do it while having items. And you'll be ready to fight after your clear and stuff.
Would you take like 3 camp into his blue side if it's possible, let's say for an invade, or would you like do Krugs after, or just
No, my Krugs are gonna be level 1, so I would of course take his jungle if I have the choice.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If I had a Grump, maybe his Grump.
But now, like you see, like it's really awkward, no?
Yeah, I ended up catching like 2 waves because he TP'd bot and he stayed there for like 2 minutes.
I would take this too, but yeah, like, that's for sure really good for you.
I really don't know why he stayed there so long. His lane's kind of over. I personally think.
I don't think tier 1 boots is good on Kha'Zix. I think if you buy anything, it's tier 2 boots. Like,
tier 2 boots, and then like as if I can just get another longsword, unless it's like
I would just go longsword here. Like right now, you have decided right now that you are going damage route, which is not bad. That's fine, but commit to it. I don't think tier 1 boots will do anything.
If you have 1400, would you get boots or get an armor cloth instead or something, depending on what you need?
I would get boots, I think. Tier 2 boots. But yeah, like tier 1 boots here is for sure worse than longsword. Because this doesn't actually do anything. This just makes you move faster, which is like useless for Kha'Zix.
Because if you don't kill it, you're gonna probably get kited anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know, he was bot lane for so long. I don't know how he placed the. I don't know how he placed the game. By the way, I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, you were about to sin there going Drake.
I have bad news.
Yep, you're gonna turbo sin here. You're gonna sin so fucking hard for this Drake here.
Would it be worth to Drake here, or would it be worth to do a camp 6 and then Drake?
This Drake is complete win trade.
What would you do instead? Full camp.
Well,
full...
just understand, what did Graves do? He just trolled. Why are you trolling now? Like,
so you'd fight for his red side?
I have every single jungle camp up, and I have his jungle up as well.
So you'd fight him at red, or what would your game plan be?
I mean, they are respawning, and his red buff is spawning, so I would take my jungle.
And then fight him at his?
No, I would just clear my entire jungle. I have like 2 kills worth of camps almost.
Okay.
So I would just take all of that, because me walking from here to here, waiting, and then taking a red buff, and then running all the way here, that's so much time spent just to take a red buff. It is not really worth it. So we're gonna see now how much AD you get from this dragon here.
I was gonna say, so the individual dragons are worthless, but then soul is
soul.
How exactly so it works?
The first dragon is more valuable than what the second one will do, because they are like boosted a bit, and then the soul is super valuable. But
especially the third dragon, because the fourth one tends to be 50-50 or like a fight for it.
Yeah. So you got like 780. Nice. 780 you got from this. Cool.
So would you only clear it if you had all your camps down?
Yeah, if I have fuck all to do, I'll take it.
Okay, so you just don't prioritize it.
Yeah, I think it's useless. Like, you're playing Kha'Zix, you want to kill people. Right? So your entire game plan should be get gold and kill people. Bite their head off with your Q. So when I do decisions, I need to think, will this help me bite their head off? This dragon will not. So then it's like, okay, will I go for soul this game? Maybe. Maybe not. Will Graves go to the dragon here? No, he will not. These 2 people are dead. If he goes Drake now, he's a psychopath. And if he does Drake now, I will be done with my Gromp, Wolves, and Blue by the time he's done. And then I will hear RAR on the map. And then I'll just go here and I'll take his camps. Right? Now I'm level 7, he's level 5. Do you think he'll get soul? No. I will kill everyone. So sure, now he got 580, because he doesn't have as much AD as me.
So you're more willing to give the first 2 dragons, and then at the third dragon it's starting to hit like an alarm, I'm assuming.
Yeah, yes. I want to make sure I can kill people. Right now I'm not sure if I can kill people. So by doing dragon now, the issue is that you're gonna have to do this dragon and then clear your camps. And then you're not killing anyone. While if you now just cleared your jungle, you would be able to base with like 1.1k gold or something, and then you'd be able to go and kill people.
Okay.
You could also gank or invade after this, depending on what's going on. But now you'll see you'll be completely worthless. Enemy bot lane, respawn on the map. And you're gonna be running around, leaving all your camps up. See?
I see.
So if you wanted to do this red, why didn't you just do that instead of the Drake? Because now you can't gank or fight without losing things. That's the issue.
I see.
We should be done with all of this right now and be on Krugs or ganking top or invading top side. You had a free farm timer. Instead now, if you want to do stuff like ganking mid, you're losing meanwhile. Right? Running here to counter is good. The issue is you're losing.
The issues that shouldn't have been happening in the first place.
Yes. Because like obviously killing this guy here is fucking good. But we should be able to kill him without any camps up.
Okay.
Because now you killed him. Great. Did we snowball from it? No, we're back to farming our jungle.
Do you ever get Rift Herald?
Herald is way more worth than Dragon. For champs like Kha'Zix. Like, if you're playing champions like Ivern and Nunu and stuff, you want to end the game, so getting soul point at 22 minutes is pretty fucking good. Right?
But Kha'Zix prefers a Rift Herald.
Yeah, you don't care as Ivern and Nunu if you're 2 levels down enemy jungler. You don't fucking care. But Kha'Zix needs gold. Herald gives a lot of gold if you use it properly. So
yeah, especially if you kill enemy laner and your laner isn't there, like you get solo plating. It's really big.
Yeah, so like obviously that's good. I value that way more than I value the other thing. But dragons is more like I just take them if they're like free and I'm not wasting time. Because the issue I have now,
And it's
is I see all your laners laning, Rumble is about to lane, I see people fighting, and I can't help because I have to farm. And if I farm, then now my teammates are fighting.
So it just kills your momentum.
Yeah, so like now if I go bot lane, right? Like
I missed my top camp.
yeah, like it looks good, and I understand why you don't want to do it, but I'm losing all the time. And enemy jungler, if he's good, he will realize you're losing all the time because you did dragon. So he will take all of this and Herald now, and then take your top turret, and all of a sudden he's 2 levels ahead. Right? That's all because of the dragon.
And the red that took just extra time.
Yes. So I've said this to some other person too, but like your jungle camps is like doing your laundry. Right? You just have to get rid of it. So you can go and do fun things. Like killing people.
This was so... I thought she was way lower. I don't know what she healed from.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. We are just so behind. And here we go. They are Herald now, and he could have taken every single camp topside here too.
That's it.
You should be using E better as you're running back on the map as well.
So you just play to shut down enemy jungler over soul and stuff. Probably better.
Yeah, we just need to understand what's good about dragons. The soul. So if I get myself super big, can I prevent the enemy from getting soul? Probably, yeah. So I'll like take a random Drake for fun once I have free time, just to deny enemy soul, but I don't actually plan on getting myself soul.
Okay.
It's not like my main focus. If I can get it, obviously, that's great. But I want to make sure, like here, this would be a not that bad dragon timer. You know? Like I would take Scuttle here and then just one-shot dragon. You know? I have all my laners on the map here, this is pretty good time to do Drake.
Yeah, you're also 6. With
yeah, I'm only leaving my Grump up, so it's really fine. I'm covering my bot lane at the same time while doing Drake.
I'm actually waiting for Maokai 6 for this.
But Dragon is not up, because I decided to do it earlier for zero reason when enemy jungler could never take it. Because if he took it, I would take Herald and his entire jungle, and it would never be worth for him.
I see.
I think you should play more to invade enemy jungler. I think like the way that you path and stuff is a bit cringe. Like here when you do wolves, you should run towards Rumble. You should be willing as Kha'Zix to just run into enemy jungle. Especially when they have worthless mid lane champs like Vladimir.
Okay.
Like I don't know why you're running safe pathing. Right? Because if you run safe pathing, and let's say now this is not the play, like Kai'Sa runs away. Then you have to run like this if you want to invade. Why not just run like this? Right? Why not try to take control of this area? See if they have pings, remove their pings. You have Sweeper up soon. Try to remove that. One-shot Graves, you kill him in like 3 Qs, no?
Probably less.
Well, 2 if you have Prowlers, but you have Dusk shit, so...
Yeah. Would you go QR with Prowlers, or swap it up between QR and QW as evolutions?
I would go QR, yeah, QR.
Okay, QR and then W or E.
Yeah. I would never go E.
Okay.
I think it's like just montage spell. It's not actually useful. Like here you get Sweeper up, I think you just run and sweep everything. Like just run in the Tribush. I don't know why you're so afraid. Like Rumble is literally running into Tribush with you. Like you need to realize how troll it is by you to run like this. 1, you're making Rumble face check now. And 2, you're putting yourself in a worthless position. What do you do now if Rumble and Graves fights here?
Okay. I was covering them for the Kai'Sa ulti, that was what was going through my head, but I guess if she Kai'Sa ulti, she's dead anyways.
Yes, she's dead. Like you'd be here. And then like let's say now, look, you're like running in Africa. Why? Why? You're disconnected from Rumble. Look, Rumble can fight them now and you can't do anything about it. Look. See? What do you do now if Graves fights here? What do you do now if Rengar now ultis and bolas this guy one-shots? What do you do if Hecarim now comes and ults this guy into turret? You can't do anything. So like you need to realize, when am I actually strong? When am I the fucking king of the jungle? You just came out of base with fucking Duskblade. Enemy jungler is 2 levels down. aren't you the king?
Yeah, so I could play way more aggressive.
Yeah. And then now you chunk enemy bot lane so they can't rotate. Your mid laner has first move. So you are the king. So treat it as such. Enemy support just use ulti. And they are chunked to half HP. Yet you are scared. Look, 10 HP Janna.
I could have walked left and just dove, I think.
You could. But especially now when Rumble is walking into Tribush, you walk to Tribush. But you're like running. What are you doing? You're like AFK. Especially when they don't have TP. See, she's just dead. GG.
Yeah, I would ignite top.
He can play the game. 2 Qs. Vladimir's coming, run! Vladimir's coming, run! Run! Ah! Vladimir's coming, he's gonna get pentakill now. GG.
Yeah.
Wow, he's boosted. Wow, he is so fucking boosted. Holy shit. God bless America. Jesus Christ. He should have gotten pentakill there. And imagine if you have fucking Pogger's Claw. You would have one-shotted him. How fucking useless is Dustblade?
And then Garen got really, really big. I could have probably stopped that if I went to Rift.
You're just killing yourself here. Look. Like here, this is fine. You're controlling vision. And now, you should jump away. Why do you think it is worth to trade your ulti over your E? What? Don't you think that when the level 10 Garen, who's the level ahead of you, walks up with his entire team, that you should just E here?
Yeah, I see.
You can enter the fight with R. So I don't think you should R away. And I also don't think you should E in here. I just don't think this is your fight. I don't know what you even want to do here. Like, Jinx is in base and Sylas is under turret. I think you should just farm. I don't know why you value dragons so much. This is not your Drake. Sylas is not moving. You have entire jungle up and Jinx is in base. You don't think this is crazy?
Yeah.
I think it's fucking insanity what you just did here. You should just farm. Like, when a Kha'Zix gets fed, and you're playing something like Graves or Nidalee or Lilia, it is unplayable, the game. They have one champion that can face check. How the fuck are these guys gonna play the game? If you can just full clear and just sit in the jungle sweeping, you just kill Graves if he walks into his jungle. And if he doesn't walk into the jungle, well then you're farming 3 quadrants.
Would you play around farming 3 quadrants, or would you hunt them down?
I would hunt him if he comes, right? I would kill him. But if he's not coming, I'm just gonna farm his jungle. Right? Like, for example, if I'm taking his raptors, I'm just gonna sit in his bush and take his raptors.
Yeah, and then he takes dragon, but we take blue side the entirety.
Yes.
Okay.
But the game is, like, really fucked already now, because you wasted so much time. Like, you got so ahead in early game. If you go to, like, here. Well, this is the start. Here. We start off the game with a kill. Poggers. And then we fuck up our timers a little bit, but Graves didn't punish it, luckily. So, and then we get 2 waves of solo EXP as a jungler. And we got unpunished, because we got our bot camps. You got so big here. You're so strong in terms of EXP. Your farm isn't the greatest, but you have so much EXP. You're level 6 at 6 minutes, basically. And then you randomly get 2 kills here for fun. For 0 reason, you randomly just get 2 kills. And then you decide, instead of now doing a full clear to achieve level 7 while he's 5, and then be able to kill anyone and murder him, you decided, nah, I'm gonna go do dragon. I'm gonna go do Drake now.
Even invading the mid would have been better.
Yeah, but like I said, with so many camps up, I don't think it's worth. But it would be better than Drake, yes.
Yeah.
Because now the issue is just that when I want to farm now, shit will happen on the map. When I should have just been done farming now, been topside, and I can do this Drake a minute or two later. Right?
Yeah. Especially, like, we saw the opportunity for it after.
Yeah, I mean, you are always going to have the opportunity when you're ahead, because if he does Drake, then he's going to lose so much. So I want him to do fucking Dragon. Because, like, obviously this is bad, but I don't care. Like, they played it well, they cancelled your jump, you misplayed, whatever happens. Fuck it. Sucks. What am I going to tell you? Play better? Right? Like, what can we do? But the decision making is what we need to attack. When you get ahead, you're about to snowball that lead. Right? Like here, you're sitting in this bush. Right? So, okay, we don't have sweeper, so we can't go here. It's fine. She walks up, she ints. Then create space for Rumble. Vladimir smurfs it. We die, happens. Here, when you come out of base, you see Silas going top lane. He's useless. Garen's 2 levels ahead. Your entire jungle up. This is not your dragon.
Just full clear top and then get the blue side.
Yeah, full
So
clear to top. You can look for picks if you want. Like, if you want, you can maybe try to catch Kai'Sa here because she was bot lane alone. Maybe she, like, because her team is here, trying to enter. Maybe you could walk like this and sweep and try to, like, catch Kai'Sa alone. That would make sense. But this makes no sense. Kha'Zix is not a jungler that is good at contesting space. Only with W evolve is he good at that. And even then he is worse than contesting space than like something like Lilia. What Kha'Zix is good at is he's good at stopping people from entering, like collapsing on isolated targets, catching people on rotations. But in a dance battle like this, he's useless. Like, what are you gonna do? You're looking at Garen right now, what are you gonna do?
Pretty much nothing, you can't even W, you can't Q without W.
But Lilia is good here, because she can just flash and Q and sleep 4 people. But you're choosing to do a 4v5 here, when you can just go Kai'Sa. Look, Kai'Sa is pushing this wave alone. So, if enemy team is good now, they should push mid, and they should not run like this. They should run and connect with Kai'Sa, and then run here. Will never happen in solo queue, doesn't even happen in Challenger. So Kai'Sa will always solo connect to her team here. So if you want to fight this dragon, then you have to try to catch Kai'Sa here. That's your job as an assassin.
Yeah, make it a 4v4.
Yeah, not fucking sitting here.
I don't think we'd win, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, but you will have a game here where you want to contest dragon, and then you should try to catch their ADC who's alone. Did your Silas have TP? No,
yeah.
he didn't. No, he didn't.
No, that's
see?
right.
So you're trolling even harder. He doesn't even have TP, see? Like, he TP top lane for some reason, but my point is, it's fucking useless. Like,
yeah.
You need to be fine with giving up drakes. You even got the first drake, so it's like, if they get this one, it's not like they get soul or anything.
It's only a win, too. I don't even know why I mentioned on it.
Because now the issue is that now the game is actually starting to get hard. Because you're not as strong as you should be now. At this point, you should have been level 11 with the early game you got. I think the game is playable for them now, because now Garen is so strong, and he's unlocked, that he's able to contest vision. You can never kill him. And Vladimir is probably getting strong as well at this point. See, like, this is what I mean. He's pushing you off. He should be laning still. But we wasted so much time. So he got to snowball his lead, so now the game is hard. But we know Garen is topside now, so we should just try to run bot after this red. I think choosing to stay topside is troll here. It made sense for the red, but we should start to leave. We should look to catch Kai'Sa and Janna here. You're choosing here to fight their only strong member. So now he's inting, so that's good. But that's what I mean. So you shouldn't be looking for him.
Yeah.
Because if he dies, it's gonna be because he ints. So here, take red buff, that's fine. But then after, you should like run here. And try to take their bot side jungle. And then if he runs into you guys and trolls, then yeah, you kill him. If he doesn't do that and he plays properly here, which would be take crab and go here, then you can kill their bot lane. Because this didn't happen because of you choosing to be topside. That's what I mean. So
like this was happening anyways. You didn't even see me.
Yeah, so I want you to go on bot side here, so that if he doesn't int, you actually get something. Because here, if he doesn't int, then he's just gonna take this, and you're just gonna watch him. Make sense?
Yeah.
So now the game is kind of saved. You should go for Raptors here. Good. Just be a little bit careful about the bush.
I wanted to get it into it, but I also didn't want to face check it.
Yeah. So now we need to understand something here. Kai'Sa Janna just pushed and they backed off. They are gonna rotate here and you can fucking murder them. So sit in the bush. This guy's pool. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why is Janna allowed to push you off? It's a Janna. Look.
Quit ignite.
Yeah. Useless champ. Look. Just sit in the bush. If Vladimir is Sigs, yes, you go on him. He has a pool. You should always assume here that this guy will just pool when you jump. It is crazy that Janna is allowed to rotate from bot to mid. They should be jailed right now. Janna and Kai'Sa, they should have to rotate like this. If I'm Kai'Sa and Janna and I see Kha'Zix with fucking Duskblade Serrated Dirk running into our jungle, I am not gonna run here. You see what I mean? Garen is dead right now, so I think you should be allowed to do whatever you want right now, no?
Yeah, especially with how weak Graves is.
Yes. So I want you to sit in the bush and try to catch people. I want you to ping Maokai now to come here and try to catch them. They have no exhaust. Why would we go for Vladimir?
How long would you, theoretically, if you were to wait on a bush for someone, or like wait at someone with the red or some, would you just give it 16 seconds max? Or
Yeah, like 15 seconds, because what I'm hoping is that they're running this way or this way. If they're taking any longer than 15, that means they're doing the long way, which is the correct choice.
That's why I usually do, like, normally when I obviously I didn't do it here, but when I wait in bushes, I give it 16 seconds. Of 2 recalls. That's what usually my, like, 1 or 2 recalls.
Yeah, so like just sit in a bush here and then have your camera on Vladimir a little bit. That's fine. And then if you see him troll and pool, then yeah, sure, go mid. But this, looking for a Vladimir who has pool up, complete troll.
Especially since Janna was 2 seconds from face checking me.
That was a bit questionable, R. You should assume that this is all warded now when their support just passed through it. Especially when you see Kai'Sa like starts to back off and stuff. Like I assume there's wards everywhere here. I don't know why you're not even sweeping. That's a bit crazy. So now Kai'Sa probably based and is gonna run mid. Kai'Sa has 2 options now. Either she bases and runs mid or she bases and runs straight bot. What I like to do in those cases is, if I'm not gonna go mid, is I like to just jump over the Krugs here and kill her between this turret and this turret.
In the bush.
Yeah. I played Evelyn yesterday. It was a normal game, but it doesn't really matter because well, I deleted it. Sucks. Happens. Basically, I killed enemy top laner and then I took their Gromp and Wolf and then I know he's gonna respawn, so I just killed him here again. And you can do the same to Kai'Sa here. So I wouldn't base here. I think basing first.
At that time, normally the only times I do that is when the wave is under tower. So like after we kill them and the wave is under tower, that's when I'll like repeat gank from bush. But I never thought of like doing it on a normal waves, like when waves are even.
It's just that Janna is split up from Kai'Sa here. So I think if you need to base for an actual power spike, that's fine. But a pickaxe, I don't think a pickaxe is worth basing for when I can 100% kill a Kai'Sa and also make her lose 2 to 3 waves while that happens.
Yeah, maybe a Dirk. Would a Dirk be worth? I'm assuming so.
No. Like, I want to win the game, right? To win the game, I need enemy to lose things. So like here, if I have like 2k gold, I can get full item. Sure, I'd fucking recall. But right now, they are making a play in mid. So either I counter their play in mid, or I make my own play. I don't think I can counter the play in mid, because Sal's is 10 HP and I have no ult. And their Garen is grouped. So I'm going to decide to lose this turret. And I will trade it for killing Kai'Sa and getting bot turret. And maybe I even get their Krugs. So like I said, you need to be aware of what's happening around you to make these decisions. You see Kai'Sa now push on your minimap. Then the question is always, where does she go? If I spot her around mid now, that means she stayed. If she is missing now, it means she's basing. Okay, where would she go from base? Either she goes mid or straight bot. If Jinx is pushing, she will 100% go bot. I am willing to bet $100 for that. And you'll murder her because Janna is mid. So I will guarantee here, Kai'Sa will show up in bot lane in 15 seconds.
Especially with Vladimir mid.
Yeah.
I don't think she can go mid. She's better off grabbing the solo XP.
So she will show up bot lane now, any moment here, with the wave crashing. There we go. There's Kai'Sa. That was easy fucking prediction. You get it?
Yeah.
Because here I think you're fucking useless. See? We can't engage into this. They have Janna Vladimir. You need to make picks. So now they got 2 turrets mid, you got 0. You got nothing. When you could have taken Krugs, killed Kai'Sa, Jinx would stay bot lane then, because you were staying. And that would be
Trade
good.
towers.
Yes, and we would actually get a lot of gold from it and shut down enemy. So now we got a pickaxe, and my point with that is I don't think you can abuse that, because now in like a couple, like 600 gold or something, you're gonna base again for a new item. So it's
I
like
trolled so bad.
I mean, Kai'Sa is unbalanced, so
Yeah.
Kai'Sa's fucking OP.
I used to ban her. I'm still deciding who to ban because like the W
What
is
do you
annoying. I ban right now Yumi Shaco.
Yeah, you're trolling. Ban fucking Kai'Sa.
Is it even worth banning Yumi? I feel like it's only
Nobody
annoying
plays
when
Yumi.
it just gets out of control.
Yeah, but nobody plays Yumi either.
True.
You should not ban
You're not-
Shaco.
you're kind of in the lane.
Shaco is the most useless champion in the game.
Really?
Yes, it's so fucking useless. You ward one of his camps and you know where he started, and then you know what exactly he will do. And if he fucks up one gank, then you are ahead the entire game.
What are his clears at the moment?
What?
Do you know off the top of your head? I know he has like a level 3 at 3-minute clear or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's like just normal. He will just do Raptors, Red, Krugs, gank bot, or gank mid. That's just what every Shaco does. They just box here, and then they kill these two, and then they get level 3 of Krugs, and then they gank.
Can you
Or
contest
invade
it?
What?
Let's say you start blue, they start red. You just get the blue side, no?
If you started here, and he did this, and then the gank's here, and you're here, yeah, you take his entire top side. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Serpent Fang is really good this game.
Yeah, with Janna specifically.
Yeah.
Not to mention Kai'Sa ulti and stuff, but...
I want to say how do you fuck do you use your sweepers? Why do you need to stop wasting sweeper? Like, you're not gonna make a pick here in your jungle. So can you stop sweeping? Maokai should sweep this, not you. You are meant to be like behind here, randomly sweeping. You know, you need to like find a little fog of war line and randomly get there. Like you wanna be here and then randomly Kai'Sa takes red buff and you just kill her. Like, when you're sweeping here, you are saying, I hope their Garen solo face checks 3 of us.
Because do you ever super? Let's say you're behind, not ahead, and your team is getting rammed, and you have to face.
Then the game is doomed. So I should flip it for a pick. So I would still do what I said.
Okay.
I don't care if they see me right now.
Right? In your jungle, it doesn't really matter.
Yes, but what I do care is if they see me now. I'm done farming. I want to fucking do things now. I want to know if they see me here randomly. Because why am I here? Right? I see 2 people now, and I see Garen. So I'm wondering, where is Janna? Where is Kai'Sa? If I stand here, I will see them. Now randomly I see Kai'Sa walk here alone. Boom, I jump on her and kill her.
Okay.
Because if you keep waiting now, the stronger team, which is enemy team, are all gonna get to group up. You know? So now we're just praying that we win. And you see, why did we win? Because of Rumble. Not because of you.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So that's why I think as an assassin, you always want to be able to make picks. You are praying that the 5 sheep spread out. Right? We want to see the Vladimir here, Garen here, 2 people here and then 1 guy here. And
Instead of catching them when they're trying to group.
Yes. So like when I see Garen alone here, right? If he is a champion I can one-shot, I would like to find him while he's rotating to his team. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Why would I run this defensive pathing when I can run like this and start sweeping and trying to get behind them? So I can actually try to find positions they don't expect me to come from. Right? You would never jump in here. That would be crazy. So, yeah, like the only time I'm scared to actually go behind them is if they have champs like TF. Right? TF would catch me.
Yeah.
So then
I hate
obviously,
playing this TFXI.
yeah. So like that's scary, but they don't have that. So like we won this fight and that's good, but we would have won this fight if you were behind them.
Not to mention I'm a level down.
Yeah.
And then Blue Smite here probably would have made such a big difference.
Yeah. Nice, you had Dusk shit, so you went invis while you were already invis. Look.
Yeah.
See, you were your double invis. Nice, Duskblade is useful. Nice, you're in your R and you get Duskblade. Yeah, it's useful.
Question. Ceruldos versus LDR.
Ceruldos. Maybe
Every time.
if you have Collector for some reason, maybe you can go LDR.
That's what I used to do, but I don't go Collector anymore.
Yeah, you shouldn't. But
Before, I used to go Prowler, Serpents, Collector, LDR.
the reason why I think LDR shouldn't be bought is because if they're Giga Tanky, I think Black Cleaver is just better. You know? Like Black Cleaver and Ceruldos, maybe.
The CDR, the survivability, W spam.
Yeah. Again here, I think Janna and Kai'Sa makes more sense. I don't think you guys kill Garen. Like your pathing is like so random. Like what the fuck are you doing here? You are running like this. Wee. Do you get it? Like why not just run here, sweep, clear the ward, run here, try to sweep. I'm not scared to face check a Grace, I'll just run away, lol. Right? It's not like I'm face checking Malsa or Fiddle.
Yeah, and it's not TF either, so you can get really abused
Because,
for
like,
it.
what are you thinking here? If you start running to Garen, you're like, never mind. I'm already saying never mind here. Like, I'm not going to this Garen. He has fucking Deadman's Plate, Stridebreaker, Phage, Ruby Crystal. He's not dying unless we're all running at him. Swear, just try to catch them.
Okay.
So you see Garen top. That means if I pick a fight right now, Garen is not there. So let's try it for something. So you should sweep and try and catch this Janna here. Try and see if you can maybe sneak into Kai'Sa. Because here half of your sweeper is wasted. I don't care if they have vision here. Another thing about vision, when you clear this ward, people are very likely to return to go on ward there. Okay?
So you could wait and choose bush.
So I would go bot side here if we're actually going to do something bot side. But if we're just going to stay top side, I'll just sit in this bush. Like I would let Jinx take this, you know? Because I need to make a pick to win this game. I don't need 50 gold to win this game. I needed that in early game, when I was actually ahead. Now I need the enemy to int to win. You see? That's why I think like standing on wolves here is pointless. Right? Like, I think you should be like trying to go in river and try to like get a position to win this game. Sure, we can say, yeah, but every 50 gold adds up. Yeah, that is true. But every time you're getting 50 gold, enemy team is also getting 50 gold here. And right now, they're the one with position. Look, you have no vision. None of you are able to make a pick. How are you gonna win?
Okay.
Right? Like when you're running around like this is good. This is good. See? Here we fucking go. Boom. Easy. GG. Now we're talking.
And then you have to just do that on repeat.
Yeah, that's what you have to try to do. So now Kai'Sa's gonna respawn. Right? Where is she gonna go? Is she gonna
Probably
go to
bot.
red buff? Is she gonna go bot? Is she gonna go somewhere? I don't know where, but my point is she's gonna go there alone. When I was playing Rengar in old seasons, like the old Rengar, I would spawn kill people. So like here you're ending up recalling, which is the good choice if they can end. But if they can't end, this is a horrible choice. Because the no Tabi's Graves here is gonna take this wave and run like this. And you sweep her up, and you could have just stood in this bush, swept, and tried to catch him. Kai'Sa's gonna spawn and run around by yourself.
I was contemplating it, but since I saw the Janna, I decided that I didn't want to like wait and see if Graves would come, and I would rather just go mid.
But it's like loser's mindset. I press tab here, 80 gap. I press tab, top gap. I press tab, mid gap and outscaled. I press tab, sup gap, jungle gap at this point too. Game is fucking over. They're getting sold in 4 minutes. I need to win this game. Right? Me defending doesn't do anything. This game is already lost in my eyes. Do you get it?
Yeah.
That's why I'm thinking here, we kill Kai'Sa. Cool. This means she's gonna be alone when she spawns. I see 2 people here. If they wanna join the game, which what I mean by that is connecting to these guys, they have to run here. Maybe Janna runs first. I can kill her. Right?
Yeah.
That's why I think here, when you get sweeper up, you should run into their jungle. Why the fuck would they both run up here? Right? Janna is 100% running in river right now, all alone.
She could have died, and then Graves tried to
Yes.
find me. I think he'd win either.
Yes. And then you kill them both, and then all of a sudden Kai'Sa respawns. All on the map. You're in here taking the red buff, and then you kill her. Now you just killed 4 people in a row, and you fucked up enemies' death timers, and now you actually get Baron. And then from there on, you can actually play like a human again, because now the game is actually winnable.
Okay.
But that's what's fun about Assassins. It's abusing Fog of War.
I've been like, okay, so I played back when, and I think this is what I've been having so much trouble. I don't know if you remember. You remember Season 7 Harvest farm meta, right? Like, well, the farm your 3-core advance while killing the enemy.
Yeah, you get Harvest. Yeah.
Yeah. So ever since that, because that was like, I think that in Season 8, right after it was when I was like at best, and then I took a break through literally all of Season 9. And I came back for new items because I thought, you know, I wasn't really liking Smash, so I came back to this. And ever since, it's just been, I just had so much trouble, and I'm starting to like see like all the
Ban Kai'Sa.
yeah. I shouldn't have gone in that either. I think because I didn't see any of them. But I guess the game's still running. So
I mean, this is like the same thing. We are making a pick here. Everyone is expecting you to come from here. We're gonna fucking kill Kai'Sa here. Like, that's the crazy shit you need to try to do in a game like this. There's no point to you sitting here watching your teammates clear these waves. Let them clear the waves, and then you try to win the game. Right?
let them.
Because if you guys are 5 people clearing waves, enemy is just gonna go do Baron, and then they create Fog of War, and now you guys have to 5v5 while being 8k gold down, which 99% of the time you will lose.
So you said doing your camps is obviously like doing like your laundry and stuff. But when it gets later into the mid game and stuff, do you still focus on camps over picks, or do you still like, you know, do the route, like do the line?
If the game is like slower and my teammates are in base and stuff, and I don't need to kind of like flip it or do anything crazy, yeah, I'll take my camps more.
But if the game's high tempo and your team's
Yeah,
pushing,
this
it's like
game,
push.
yeah, like this game, I need to just fight. I need to try to look for ways to win this game.
Okay.
I refuse to lose LP without making a fight, at least. Now I'm just losing LP when I lost the LP already 10 minutes ago. Right? In my
So
mind,
then, like-
the LP is lost here. Because the enemy has just stronger in 5 people. But I'm the one guy that can change it.
Theoretically, if you were to get outscaled and stuff, right? Would you and your team was playing it slow? Would you speed up the game by yourself, like try to force more fights and picks and stuff, or?
Well, we have to be careful when we mention the word force. I don't mean jump in. I'm always on the look. Even in a slow game, I'm always looking to see. You know?
Mhm.
But it's just I'm not as desperate.
I guess a force would be like contesting an objective just so they can't get it.
Yeah, like let's say my teammates are in base, I usually don't like doing things. But in a game like this one, I would do it regardless.
So you just need to focus on farming while your team is backing, and then like be with them on the map when they are looking for fights and pushing and stuff, and hovering behind walls and looking for rotations.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I think right now, doing your Gromp makes sense You have no sweeper. There's nothing. But now, you're running like scared pathing. I don't know why. Right? It makes no sense. Look where Maokai is. He's trying to win the game and you're not. Look, Maokai.
Yeah. Like I just ran straight left.
And you're playing fucking Kha'Zix. I can understand if you're Karthus, you don't want to stand here because you just get ran down. You have a jump, you have R. Try to make them do mistakes. And that's something that's going to take a long time to learn, and you're probably going to look like the biggest fucking inter when you fail. But it is worth it, because you'll win so many games from it.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
I'd like to go over build for Prowlers. What you think is the build for Prowlers? Because I used to copy someone else.
I think it's just Prowlers, Edge of Night, sometimes Yumus, then like Cerilias.
Well, this huge
kind of
probably
Serpent Fang, obviously, versus Shields.
Yeah, and then like for 6th item, GA. Obviously, it depends on the game, but you wouldn't go Cleaver with Prowlers, I assume. Because you wouldn't have Prowlers in the first place. You'd have Eclipse with Conk.
I wouldn't go Black Cleaver. It would be something like GA or QSS, these kind of things.
Yeah. I know Ma is a shit item, but would you ever consider going it into heavy AP damage?
If they have a shit comp, yeah.
Because I find it like troublesome when it's like let's say it's a Fed Evelyn, right? Obviously, Moss not gonna do a thing, but what else would you get, right?
Yeah. I mean, if I've got my damage items, then I think, yeah, it's fine to get it.
Okay. I don't have any questions, I think.
I think your build is fine. It's just, I think your mythic items sucks. I think Duskblade is really bad.
Yeah, I'll just go back to the way I used to build.
So, I'll stop the